Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is Snapshot 21w43a. However, the world you're looking at right now is in Minecraft 1.17.1. There is a very good reason for this. That's because this is the first snapshot that's going to showcase the feature where we will be able to update our worlds and have the borders smoothed from one terrain to another, and also the bottom of the world will be expanded with the removal of bedrock and the introduction of Deepslate down at the bottom of the world. So I am going to go ahead and grab my backup of this world and load it up into today's snapshot, and we shall see how the transition will look. So my first impression isn't too great here. However, we have given this a very tough test by putting it in the corner with a very distinct biome. When we zoom in, we can see some problems with the transition here, like the clear border of this chunk border. However, when zooming out and looking at the transition in terms of terrain elevation, you can see that over here it's been pretty well matched. You can see where the border is, but on occasions the podzol leaks out into the new area, which looks pretty good. So I'm going to go do some exploring and just see how this feels. And I gotta say, like, this right here is a little too stiff, but the thing they have got right is the terrain elevation. It does match the old terrain. Well, the ocean over here has a clear problem. You can see where the old and new terrain was, and if we stick our head under the water, the terrain is level in some places but not in others, and there are these big problems where you just go from straight up sand to gravel. It feels to me like this new terrain should be creating some noise to make this transition look a little smoother. Now this next bit is impressive as the terrain lines up, but if you know what you're looking for, you can kind of see the line between the two biomes where those rocks are. But if we continue along in this direction, it's transitioned really nicely at this spot. Now I've enabled chunk borders to give you a visual clue as to what's going on here, and the terrain that I generated, by the way, was 24 by 24 chunks, so it's one big square box for us to analyze. And I think this is the edge maybe right here. Yeah, this is it, and it looks like it's trying to transition from the old area into an ocean, and it's created this overhang. That looks kind of spectacular. This is the border, isn't it, right here, of the old terrain. And it's created this wonderful underwater area. And what do we have over here but a village that started generating on the border but didn't get to finish. So over on this side, everything you're seeing has been generated in the snapshot, and it does sort of look kind of quirky. And here is another clear problem with the emergence of a cold biome just sort of disappearing, as this new terrain here isn't the same biome type. I feel like this border technology still has quite a ways to go. And I feel like I should make it abundantly clear that this is the first iteration of this technology. There are going to be more snapshots where this will be improved from one to the next. And that has also reminded me that we are yet to see what is going on underground. Now it looks like business as usual, however when we go below where the old bedrock is, you can see that caves currently don't generate down here, but we are in fact inside of Deepslate. Let me just go ahead and punch around here. There you go, you can see that Deepslate has been created under the old terrain. So the bedrock layer found around Y0 has been replaced by Deepslate all the way down to the bottom of the world, and a new bedrock layer has been created down here. And just a little example that I found over here, the Deepslate arrangement that you see right here would have been bedrock in 1.17, so all of those blocks have been replaced. And if I just go a little lower, you can see we are indeed at the very bottom of the world. So don't worry too much. Mojang have also stated that the generation of caves in this terrain will happen in the future, and I'm hoping it's done in a way where the new caves on the outside will generate through that old terrain, so you won't see any borders like this. So if you plan on upgrading an old world to this snapshot, I would advise against it because all of the stuff I've shown you isn't finished yet. However, make sure you make backups because this stuff isn't reversible and your world will be changed forever. And if you've got a particular seed that you're fond of and you open it up in this snapshot and everything has changed, well, changes have been made under the hood, so now all of the seed numbers are different. So there is more to come from this snapshot, and I've also got a ton of information related to last week's snapshot as well. So there is a lot to learn about the development of this game. I just wanted to butt in and say, hey, if you're not subscribed and you want to keep up to date on all the Minecraft news and snapshots and updates, then be sure to subscribe because I cover them here on this channel. So this snapshot also comes with terrain generation changes. The amount of flooded caves that you can find near a river or a coastline, just like this one, has been reduced. Water aquifer levels, like this right here, will change less often, so you'll see less underwater waterfalls, supposedly making it easier to get around in a boat. And the lava aquifer equivalent is set to be less common. The placement of the big drip leaf has been limited to clay, grass, dirt, farmland, moss, rooted dirt, podzol and mycelium. And lastly, the priorities update video setting has now been renamed to Chunk Builder. When it comes to technical changes, the chunk format has been updated and internal details of block and fluid ticking have been changed to improve save times. And with that comes a big and detailed list of these changes, so if it's relevant for you, check the link to the article in the description below. And something else of note here, this could affect redstone contraptions, but they're hoping they're going to behave the same way. And when it comes to the bugs, pretty much everything here is related to world generation not being quite like it should. There's also a bug introducing stone generating in the nether and lava pockets generating in icebergs. And so we're not done yet. I have some additional information relating to last week's snapshot where we got the new music disc, The Other Side. One of the things that passed my mind was checking the signal strength in a jukebox. So Pickstep has a signal strength of 13 and this one, as you might expect, has a signal strength of 14. So last week the game got a whole new soundtrack, a whole bunch of new songs, and I'm going to give you the rundown on where in the world those songs will play. Also a big shout out to Slice Lime for this info, one of the developers of the Minecraft game. I got all of this from them, so link to their channel in the description box down below. Be sure to swing by and check it out. So here in the main menu, the songs that can play from the new soundtrack are Infinite Amethyst, Left to Bloom, One More Day, Stand Tall and Wending. In the Frozen Peaks biome, there's only one song that plays, and that is Stand Tall. In Jagged Peaks, it's Floating Dreams, Stand Tall, and Wending. In the Stony Peaks biome, it's Stand Tall and Wending. And on the Snowy Slopes, it's An Ordinary Day, One More Day, and Stand Tall. In the Grove biome, you can hear Comforting Memories, Infinite Amethyst, and Wending. In the Meadows, you'll be able to hear Left to Bloom and One More Day. Underground in the Dripstone Caves, you'll hear An Ordinary Day, Infinite Amethyst, and Wending. And in the Lush Caves, you can hear An Ordinary Day, Floating Dream, Left to Bloom, and One More Day. And lastly, I'd like to clarify a mistake from the last video, where I said that lava couldn't generate inside a calcite, dirt, snow, powdered snow, or packed ice. I completely misunderstood it. It's the other way around. It will now be able to generate inside these places, so having little pockets of lava spill out of a mountain would actually be possible. And that is everything from me this snapshot video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. As always, thanks for the support, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye bye.